So, Joan Bruce, we're just going to do a quick interview because what I want you to tell guys and girls is how you benefit from the classes you come to and how they benefited your life. So before we get into the benefits, if you tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm 72, Bruce is 76. We started coming after, we were referred after Bruce had had open heart surgery, and we had 9 free weeks. And we thought after the 9 weeks were finished that was obviously what the National Health Service thought we should be doing, so we carried on.
And that was 9 years ago?
Oh yes, it was.
9 years ago?
9 years ago.
So you're probably one of my longest clients, aren't you?
Yes,
yeah.
yes, probably.
So you've seen it from the start to growing bigger. And how old are you, Bruce?
76.
76. And do you have any kids?
I've got a grandson.
Yeah.
Two sons and a grandson.
How old's your grandson?
4.
4.
Yeah.
So are you finding now as you're getting older, it's more important to keep fit?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to get down on the floor with him and interact with him and chase him around and all the things that some people can't do.
Definitely.
But I still want to carry on doing that as long as I can.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
So working, obviously you've been workers all your life, etc. Were you always active? So did you always exercise or?
I wasn't very active, no. I mean, we've always had a dog. I've always walked the dog, and we've got a big paddock that we've got laid down to fruit trees and a lot of garden. So I've been active in that way, but I've never been interested in sport.
Yeah.
I've done most sport, but I was in the building trade, so that kept me fairly active, just working.
Yeah.
And I used to play cricket a lot, but with the valve problem, I couldn't play cricket. But I was determined to play again after I had it done.
That's really
so
good.
I worked myself fit enough to play cricket again, which
Yeah.
I've done.
And you still play now and again still, don't you?
On occasions, yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
And
Yeah.
snooker.
Snooker and Skittles.
And Skittles.
Yeah.
Skittles is quite active, I think.
So being of an older generation, exercise wasn't probably pushed onto you as much as it is nowadays.
No.
You know?
Absolutely.
So how do you feel the benefits of it then?
I think the thing is that we notice when we don't do it more than I think we take the benefits for granted, really,
we do.
and don't particularly take any
When we've had a
notice
few
of
weeks
them.
off and we come back, we can feel the difference.
Yeah.
We had an extended 5-week trip, and when we came back and started back at your exercise sessions, we just realised how many muscles there were that we hadn't used.
Yeah.
Although being on holiday and quite active out and about sightseeing and things, it wasn't the same as going through your programme and exercising each muscle once a week.
Is there any parts of your body as you get older that you didn't like necessarily before you started coming to exercise? Did you want to tone up any areas, or were you perfectly happy?
No, I hadn't. To be honest, I hadn't given it any thought at all.
Yeah.
No, not until we went to the sessions after Bruce's operation.
I did. I felt that leaving the building trade when I retired, I was losing the power in my arms because building is a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah.
And so with a lot of this exercising, I'm now getting my strength back in my arms, which I'm pleased about.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
And how does life look for yourself, Joan, now? So now you've got fitter and you're stronger. How does it feel like your day-to-day life?
It's good. I'm not on any tablets of any sort, not blood pressure, cholesterol or anything. So I'm really pleased about that. And yes, and I do feel well. Knees are not as flexible as they used to be. I wish that I had worked harder on my knees and probably started a lot earlier, rather than when Bruce was referred. I think if I'd have started earlier, perhaps I wouldn't have let that elasticity go.
Yeah,
Do you
definitely.
see?
Yeah. And how about yourself, Bruce?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you feel like now you're exercising, you felt, as your strength continued to, have you got stronger?
Yeah,
or?
it is. And I feel like I want to get out and do things now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get out there and be doing something.
Yeah.
I do a lot. I still do building work helping my son, which is good, and I
Yeah.
can't wait to get there to get on with it,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You do our own logs, don't you?
Yeah, do my own
which-
logs. I think if you have these operations, they bring you back to where you were before.
Yeah,
So I want to stay like that if I can.
definitely.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people getting older, the mentality normally is to rest,
Yeah.
rest
Yeah.
your body. So what advice, Bruce, would you give someone who's getting older?
No, not to give up and sit down all the afternoon.
Yeah.
No, you feel worse, I think, after that. I think it's better to be out there, get going, doing things.
Definitely.
I do, yeah.
And obviously, because you haven't got any health issues, but Bruce did have.
Yes.
You didn't have to come, did you?
No.
So
no.
what advice would you give someone who, say, for example, doesn't have any health issues at the moment? You know,
I still think that had I have realised much earlier, I would have started doing something, perhaps when I retired, because we were a few years into retirement when Bruce had his operation. Had I have realised earlier, I would have started coming earlier. As I say, particularly for the elasticity of my knees. I think that is my main problem, I think, is my knees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing we like about it is the social part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we meet different people,
Yeah.
different types of people,
Yeah.
new friends.
Yeah. It's a great side to it, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
what I think.
it is.
I hear that a lot of people, so I've heard the social
yeah,
side a lot. And
Yes, do keep on having your afternoon teas and our Christmas lunches and things. And anything else that you can think of that quite a few of us might pitch up to.
Yeah.
It's just nice, and just coming here and talking to other people, and they open up about what their problems have been. I think you feel better if you feel that you might have helped somebody else by chatting to them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So if there's any blokes out there, just retired, Bruce, my dad's a builder,
Yeah.
so he's retired, right?
Yeah.
What advice would you give? Doesn't have to come to classes, but what would you say for someone who's retired, you know?
Just keep as fit, as busy as you can.
Yeah.
Really,
Yes, yeah. And watch your diet.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's your
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
They diagnosed Bruce's heart problem when he was 60, and it was 8 years before they decided to operate. So I tried to put into our diet or take out of our diet anything that I thought was significant. So I cut down on the salt and the sugar and the fat. And I've been very careful with our diet ever since.
Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate your advice, and hope that helps people out there to live a healthy, active life.
Let's hope so.